Hello everyone, my name is Cami Larkin, and today I'll be presenting an informative speech on animal endangerment. Have you ever wondered why so many animals are endangered? Or maybe you've just had the question, what animals are endangered? Well, I know I've had these same questions and concerns for quite some time now. Me being an aspiring wildlife biologist and also an animal lover, I've always wondered why so many animals are becoming endangered. And not only endangered, but becoming on the brink of extinction. I decided to research this topic for a couple of weeks, and I found out that 40% of the Earth's population of animals are actually endangered at this time. A lower percentage is actually on the brink of extinction. I found that to be astonishing. Today I will be talking about the three main reasons why animal endangerment is occurring right now. The first would be habitat destruction. The second is going to be overexploitation, and the third is going to be pollution. Now, I find these three factors to be the most important in animal endangerment and the reasons behind many extinctions. Habitat destruction is a primary cause of species endangerment. Natural changes occur at a gradual pace, giving the individual species time to react and adjust to the environment. However, when changes happen at a fast pace, there is little to no time for that individual species to react or adjust to the situation. This can be a disastrous result. Human beings are the main cause of habitat destruction. We are the strongest force in habitat loss. The forests are home to many birds and different animal species. And a lot of those animal species right now are becoming endangered and some even extinct at this point. And that's because we are cutting down their forest and woodland areas. One of the most endangered animals in North America is the black-footed ferret, which you can see right here. And their endangerment is due to loss of habitat. Black-footed ferrets are near the brink of extinction. Two other examples that I'm going to show you all today is going to be the numbat, will be the first one. Let me pull this up for you guys. This is the numbat. The numbat is now extinct throughout much of its range. The small amount of life that is left is declining since the areas that constituted their habitat are being cleared for farming and mining at this time. And the other example that I want to show you guys of animal endangerment due to loss of habitat is going to be the mountain gorilla. Now, the mountain gorilla depends on the forest that it lives in. These forests right now are being cut down to be made for livestock grazing and crop growing. So these gorillas have nowhere to go. And I think that I read that it was somewhere near only 30 of the mountain gorillas left. If habitat destruction doesn't stop, there will be a much higher percentage of animal extinction. Another reason of animal endangerment is overexploitation, and I'm going to go ahead and get into that. A species that faces overexploitation is one that may become severely extinct, or even endangered or even extinct, due to the species use. An example of exploitation is the unrestricted whaling in the 20th century. At this time in the 20th century, the whale population was at an all-time low. Since then, we have restored the whale population, not all species of whale, but a lot of the species of whale, we have restored the populations to higher. But in certain areas, this type of overexploitation is still going on. Due to the trade of animal parts, and especially in Asia, animals continue to suffer high rates of exploitation. Today, in several areas of Asia, there are high demands for animal items such as rhinos' horns and tiger bones. In these areas, rhinos and tigers are becoming extremely extinct or endangered. But this is not the last reason of endangerment. Pollution plays a big role in animal endangerment and even extinction. Pollution is also the cause of a percentage of global warming, which affects the polar bear. And the polar bears are used to swimming long distances. They have been able to, that's what they're made for. But now, being that the ice caps are melting and they were just used to swimming from one sheet of ice to another sheet of ice, and these sheets of ice are melting, now they are swimming for long distances. And it was never saw before that polar bears were drowning. And now they're actually recording that polar bears have been drowning. I think there's been about 12 to 20 polar bears seen that have drowned from trying to go find food at other places, or being able to swim from one sheet of ice and not realizing how far away the other sheet of ice is. In South Africa, once the most common seabird, which I'm about to pull up, the jackass penguin, and I know he has a funny name, but he is a jackass penguin, which is the most common bird in South Africa. He's just in this small part of Africa. He's nowhere else, but they were the most common bird in that area. And right now, there's not very many of them left. Now, their endangerment is due to oil pollution and also lack of food supplies. Oil pollution is extremely relevant to certain animals. It happens to a lot of animals, aquatic animals, and animals like penguins and whales and fish and other animals as that such. Pollution has seriously affected multiple terrestrial and aquatic species. Oil spills play a big role also in the endangerment of fish, whales, and other aquatic species. There are more than one type of pollution that can endanger animals. Air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, aquatic ecosystems, and land ecosystems are all examples of pollutions that can cause animal endangerment. Air pollution can not only hurt our respiratory system, but can also hurt animals' respiratory system. Water pollution is particularly harmful to marine ecosystems. Soil pollution includes the abuse of pesticides. This nearly caused the extinction of many big birds, specifically the large brown pelican. All of these areas of pollution are extremely harmful to different species. Many efforts need to be done to stop pollution. I read that 1 in 4 animals is at risk of disappearing forever due to these factors, according to the latest assessment by the International Union for the Conservation of Nature. And in conclusion, I feel that it is important to be aware of the reasons behind animal endangerment. Habitat destruction, overexploitation, and pollution play big roles in animal endangerment, and sometimes even extinction. If we realize the truth and the reasons behind extinction, maybe we can do something one day to stop it, and stop so many animals from being not only endangered, but extinct, and make the world what it needs to be. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed my speech.